Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at what super attacks you can farm and what Elder Kais you can farm in Dbz Dokkan Battle. Now usually I like to put them in separate videos, but for today I thought we might as well put them all in one video since there's not a lot of Elder Kais to farm like from event currency in that. Most of them are from completing missions related to certain events. So yeah, but basically obviously right now the Team Bardock units and the Ginyu Force units are all currently up with half stamina for a little bit longer. So these events, although returning, it is a great time to farm any essays related to these units because of the fact that the stamina cost is decreased. So it technically is a lot easier to farm SA. In terms of Tora, there is the Int Tora. Please remember that you can't use any of the Tora, Fasha, Borgos, Shugesh units for any units that have Giant Ape in their name. So you are going to have to obviously be aware of that if you are looking at, kind of raising the SA of units. But alongside Tora, I'd like to mention Fasha as a unit that I think is great for you to raise, and then obviously there's a ton of Bardocks for you to raise as well. So in general, there's a pretty good sense of Team Bardock units where raising the super attack level is probably ideal for the most part. Then, beyond kind of the Bardock team, there is also Captain Ginyu, who I would mention being probably the best other alternative option from the Ginyu Force units. I think that's really about it. Then in terms of obviously other farmable units, we now turn to the story events that are obviously currently up. Bear in mind these events will be going away soon, so I cover those. I don't cover things like super strikes or permanent events, but rather the events that will be disappearing shortly. We take a look at the fight battle for the strongest in the universe. There is a Gohan Kid that is available for farm here. This Gohan Kid is an SSR, so he's an automatic 50% SA increase for a lot of units that have Gohan Kid in the name. Most notably, probably out of these, is the Gohan and Icarus unit. That is a Kid Gohan alongside AGL Kid Gohan and the Int support type increase Kid Gohan. If you need assistance on how raising SA with same name units work, I have left a link in the top right hand corner about how to obviously do this process. Of course, in terms of farming SA, please remember that SSRs will be a 50% increase in overall kind of function in the SA level, or 50% chance of increase in SA level, whereas SRs need to be awakened to SSR to be a 50%, and if you leave them as SR, they're only 5%. So yeah, obviously next we have the Fight 10 billion power event. So just as a disclaimer, you can't use any of the type named metal coolers, but you can use the metal cooler that drops from stage 3, the strength one that doesn't have typing in his name. This unit can be used for a ton of metal coolers, most notably the LR metal cooler, but also the 2 TUR metal coolers in the form of the AGL DFE and the General Banner Int metal cooler. So both are pretty decent kind of choices, obviously, to raise the SA of. I think in general, pretty good coverage there. We also have a Bardock Giant Ape unit. I think Bardock Giant Ape is pretty simple. Obviously there's a couple other units here. I don't think any of them are worth mentioning. There's not any chilled units. There's only one free-to-play Vegeta Kid unit besides this one, the Super Strike one, and there's a better Frieza First form that you can use for raising SA from Portal of Memories. So I wouldn't notably mention using any other unit barring the Bardock Giant Ape, and you can only really use them for the tech Bardock Giant Ape. So yeah, that's obviously just to kind of mention how many units you can focus on, because you could say, oh, use chilled, use yeah, use Chilled, use the other units, but yeah, there's no real point, because like in reality it's just kind of a waste of time when you have better options. So yeah, it's just basically not really something I would kind of mention. Anyway, moving on. So beyond that event, obviously I think that kind of covers all the major story events. There's just one more, which is the Fearsome Ginyu Force. And this event drops at Piccolo. So obviously Piccolo, as a unit, we have a ton of units that share the name Piccolo. So honestly speaking, it's really not that surprising that there's a lot of units you can raise with this, most notably the Strength Piccolo, the Physical DFE Piccolo, Tech Namek Piccolo probably being the primary choices. But you can raise pretty much every unit except for the LR Piccolo, who's obviously a Power Awakening Piccolo. So yeah, pretty decent stuff. The rest, all honestly perfectly fine to kind of proceed with, basically. So yeah, a pretty simple kind of process on the story events. Obviously, as I mentioned before, I won't be covering the Super Strike events, as these are alternatingly up every week. I usually wouldn't cover the Ginyu Force or Team Bardock events either because of that, but as I mentioned, they are half stamina, so it's just important to obviously get that out there. In terms of Elder Kais, there's not a lot of options, so there's no story event currency ones that are currently up, so you can't farm any by farming story event currency or anything like that. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do such a thing. But there are a couple notable Elder Kais that you can get. So you can get, I believe, 4 from the Explosive Chain Battle, which is pretty good. 4 from Explosive Chain Battle is really quite solid. Then from the Ultimate Clash, there's another couple there that you can pick up, mainly from completing the missions regarding clearing stage 3. But still a pretty straightforward process that will get you quite a few Elder Kais. And then I think beyond that there's not too much else to mention, the only other one being realistically the Burst Mode, which only really drops 1 Elder Kai, but it's more just to kind of mention it. So you've got the Elder Kai from there, you've got the other Elder Kais, that leaves you with about 11 Elder Kais, which isn't bad at all, but it's not really bonus. These are kind of like our regular Elder Kais that we get, basically. But yeah, that is pretty much it from me. I don't think there's any other events or anything really to mention. In terms of challenge events, there's no real units that pop up, if that makes sense. There's no other notable units, like there's no Dokkan event that drops a notable unit or anything like that that's currently up. So yeah, and obviously I don't usually cover things like epic collection of battles and things like that, because those Kais aren't they're part of completing those events. They aren't time gated or things you can miss out on. They'll be there permanently, so we don't cover those, obviously speaking. But yes, there's definitely a couple Kais and a couple super attacks you can farm while you're waiting on the same day to appear. So that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.